Hello, my name is Tom, and today we're doing a question and answer video. Been a little while since I did one of these, but people seem to like it back in the day when I did it more often around a year ago, and I thought maybe I would weigh in a little bit, connect with the audience parasocially, and grow that connection, that bond, just a little bit more. Because let's be honest, how else can I manipulate you guys into buying the things I'm selling to you unless you feel parasocially attached to me? Yeah, I've got a question. How can you live with yourself after what you did? That man had a family, Tom. At the end of the day, we all make our choices in life. Maybe he shouldn't have done what he did to me in the form of leaving a mean comment if he didn't want me to post a picture of his house on my Twitter account and then get my followers to harass him, enter his home, and then destroy his family. So maybe he should have thought about his family before he said what he said about me, as in calling me gay online. Are you circumcised? What's the ball to shaft ratio? We've all seen the pictures. What do you want me to say? Was Destiny circumcised? No. Be honest, Tom. How good was Destiny's head? Scale of 1 to 10. 4. What's your favorite position? Anything that goes in my butt. I'm gooning. What videos do you like to watch during your downtime? Lately, I've been getting back into my soy phase, all right? Back in the day when I was younger, I was a very big Batman fan, and I just stopped dedicating as much time to my soy interests as my YouTube channel grew, but lately I've been spending a lot more time on it. So honestly, lately I've been watching lore videos about the Batman Arkham games. I've also just been watching a lot of the DC animated movies, like I watched The Long Halloween recently. Parts 1 and 2 were great. I'm pretty sure I'd already seen The Dark Knight Returns quite a while ago, maybe sometime around early high school, but I watched the movie again and it was great. So that's what I've been doing lately. Would you ever consider branching out into more consistent IRL content rather than once every few months? Your videos at the FurryCon and with the dog girl were magical. After showing it to some friends who had never seen you, it won them over with your sincerity and respectful interest in the subjects. The thing with the IRL channel is it's a lot of fun and I really like doing it when I get around to it, but the main problem right now is just I traveled a lot for those videos over the last year, and in the end, a lot of the videos I filmed because I didn't plan them carefully enough honestly aren't even going to make it to the channel because the footage that came out wasn't that great. And on top of that, I've spent a lot of money on that channel and I've made $0 from it to this day. So that's kind of the unfortunate situation I'm in right now, where I really like doing it, but you know, it's kind of like not really my job. My job is really the other channels at this point, and that's kind of like a side passion project. It would be nice to dedicate more time to it next year, and I do have plans for videos that I want to do. And I've talked to some big content creators about doing videos with them, and they seem very down. But right now, it's just a matter of kind of getting back to my roots and hamming in on the consistency with the channels that really work, which would be Turkey Tom, TomDark Live. And if that stuff keeps going well, then I can probably dedicate a little more time in 2025 to making those videos the best they can possibly be and having fun with it, and hopefully in the end getting some major returns off of it as well. When will you put down the Zins? Funny you mentioned that because I've actually got 2 of them right here. I basically every other day I buy 2 of these guys and that's it. Go through about 1 tin of Zins a day, and obviously it's not a good thing. It's not shocking for me to say that nicotine is a bad addiction. It is a little better than smoking cigarettes, which is what I was doing before, but right now I'm 22. I'm planning to quit Zins entirely by my 23rd birthday. It is kind of an addict's cope where I'm like, oh, I'll quit in the future, but once I get there, I'm not going to want to quit. Obviously, who knows? I'll make some new excuse, but I'm trying to hammer it into my mind that by the age of 23 years old in August of 2025, I can no longer have any nicotine and I need to switch over to some other thing. I don't know what it's going to be at that point because I feel like I always have to have something that I'm addicted to. Right now, it's definitely caffeine and nicotine, but you know, hopefully it doesn't turn into something worse at that point in time. Ideally, I think what I would do is probably just replace the Zins with like diet soda, which is not a great alternative, but I think it's probably slightly better to be drinking a Diet Coke or maybe even 2 Diet Cokes every day rather than doing a bunch of Zins. But yeah, I don't really know, to be honest. I don't really know. I don't have a great plan for it. I am hopelessly addicted to this substance. I love it so much, and at this point, it's debilitating my life. So hopefully at some point I'll stop that. That will be good. What kind of consideration goes into what content you make? Are there topics you didn't cover that you wanted to? And if so, what's one that pops into mind? There's basically 2 factors of consideration that really go into me making a video. First off is, am I interested enough in it to make the content good? And secondly, is it content that people want to see? And I try to find a healthy middle ground between these topics with everything I cover. Sometimes I'll hit the mark too much in one direction where I won't give a fuck about what I'm talking about, but the video is going to get a bunch of views, so I'm going to make it. And at other times, it's a calculation where the video is not going to get that many views, but I delude myself into thinking it can because I like the topic so much. But usually what I have found is that if I'm interested enough in something and do a good job of covering it, of talking about it, then ultimately the video will do well regardless because my passion will shine through in the effort I put into the content. As far as specific topics that I haven't covered that I'd like to, there's definitely some true crime stuff that I'm planning to do next year. For example, I want to do a video about Elliot Rodger. I want to do a video about the Luigi individual who a lot of people on Twitter are praising right now. And, you know, girls want to be with him, guys want to be him. I think that Luigi guy would be an interesting subject. And another one would be more, I guess, like quote unquote celebrity lolcows, but they're not really lolcows. Just people who have really interesting lives, who are maybe devious or maybe not so devious, that just would be really interesting subjects for main channel videos. A few names that come to mind would be Vince McMahon and Marlon Brando. So I'll probably do videos about those guys at some point in the future. I think they would be great. We've got LPC, the guy who is infertile from eating scented candles, and he just says, "Hey Alexa, open Google search bar." Thank God I don't have one of those demons in my house. How was meeting Wavy Web Surf at VidCon? I didn't expect you guys to meet up. I've actually been friends with Wavy Web Surf for a very long time. Around the time that I started getting a little bit of attention on YouTube, I became friends with him, Willie Mac Show, Justin Wang, a few other creators, and over time I kind of watched every one of us slowly get to a point where we were actually able to consistently do YouTube and make it our full-time job, which was really cool. But yeah, Wavy is a great guy. I've known him for a long time. He's one of the most stand-up guys in this, I don't know, genre of YouTube, whatever you want to call it, video essays, commentary videos. I'm personally a big fan of his content, and on top of that, it's great because he is a great guy behind the scenes, and yeah, I love the guy to death. No joke, no irony here. He's awesome. This video is brought to you by GamerSupps, the best energy drink to ever be created in the history of mankind, in the history of the Roman Empire, in the history of the American Empire ever. It's got zero sugar, it's got zero carbs, it's less than 1 calorie, so you won't turn into Boogie 2988 when you drink it. And on top of that, it is much cheaper than soda and other energy drinks. It is the best way to go. And most importantly, because who cares about any of that, right? It's delicious. It's fire. I've been drinking this lean flavor a lot, all right? It tastes really good. I'm personally a big fan of it. But if there are other flavors that you are partial to, they have something for everyone. Really helps me get through those long editing sessions and streaming sessions when I need my energy levels to be up, tip-top, on top. Helps me out a lot. And right now, they're running a Christmas sale. With every tub you purchase, you will get a free gift. That's right, a free gift with every tub you purchase. There are multiple tiers to this whole thing. First tub, you'll get a waifu or a pixel cup. With 2 tubs, you'll get a free shirt. With 3 of them, you'll get a sock. If you buy enough tubs, you can even get a Christmas sweater. Okay, why would you not want to wear this? Be honest, you want to wear it. There's no reason not to buy GamerSupps right now, so use my code TOM, gamersupps.gg/Tom for 10% off your order on top of this Christmas sale that's going on right now. You don't want to miss it. You're going to want to get in there right now and give me money. I want it. Thank you. What does the gym progress look like, bro? I feel like it looks pretty good. All right. I've been working on it. All right. I've been pretty consistent with it. I have plateaued a little bit at this point, but I think I honestly did a little bit of overtraining. Okay. I went to the gym a little too much, which, you know, sounds like a humble brag, but it's actually real. I think I've been going a little bit too much this year, and it's been preventing me from putting a lot of weight on. So right now I'm like 185, and I've kind of plateaued around that, you know, struggling weight of like 182 to 187. I've been unable to break the 190 thing. At one point I got up to like 188 pounds one day that I ate a lot of food, but then I wasn't able to really maintain it. So I'm hoping that, you know, in 2025 I'll be able to get up to like 195 or 200 and just be an absolute beast. But I think I'm gonna have to change the workouts up a little bit. I'm gonna have to go every other day instead of going like 5-6 days a week, basically. I know I joke about the parasocial stuff a lot, and I also talk about how I don't want to have too close of a connection to the audience, which is true. But I will say one thing that does warm my heart a little bit is to see that since I started going to the gym and it became a big deal for me in the past 2 years, I've seen a lot of people commenting that they started going to the gym as well and having good progress, and that is good to see that people saw what I was doing and decided that it would be good for them too. So that is one of the things where I'll be like, okay, that makes me glad to see that I get emails from people being like, I started going to the gym. It's good. It makes me happy. Why are you coming to my house every 14th of the month at 2:43 a.m. to try and come in? And are you related to the creature that comes out of the woods in the particularly dark nights? I don't know anything about that, but if I did, I would say that if you're still gooning after I told you to stop, then it's very likely that some kind of demonic force could be harassing you in an effort to get you to
start gooning.
So maybe if you were to just stop gooning for 10 minutes, maybe you'd finally stop being visited by the demon. On the other hand, if you want to go deeper into the goon hole, that's all up to you, but I wouldn't be surprised if Pinhead from Hellraiser comes out of your floor and decides to torture you to goon death. It is what it is.
Who you calling Pinhead?
Primink just says the word gay. No you. I've learned over the years watching how we're almost the same age, and I've always wondered what you plan on doing once you've reached the settling down age. Whatever you think that may be for you, because I would find it hard for myself to do YouTube and take care of my family, though obviously you would have better experience knowing how that would go since you already do the YouTube part. And it may sound super parasocial, but I wouldn't mind in the future seeing you eventually leave the platform happy with everything you've done. The thing is, I really like YouTube, so it's hard for me to imagine myself leaving YouTube entirely, but I will say I do have plans to start a family probably by the age of 30. I would like to, you know, settle down, have a wife, have a bunch of kids. I think that'd be cool for sure. I think that it would bring a lot of meaning to my life. I know it brought meaning to my dad's life, and he's always talked about how having kids is one of the best decisions he's ever made. So, if not the best one. So I think that that is something that I want to do in the future for sure. But when I do it, I probably won't tell anyone on YouTube about it. You'll probably never know. Diesel Patches just says delete your channel. You know, frankly, I think the harassment from Diesel Patches needs to stop. I've endured a lot of trauma throughout the past few months from him harassing me, bullying me, calling me stupid, calling me cringe. And based on that kind of metric, I think that I'm probably entitled to some kind of reparations. You know, if you look at the pigment of my skin, I think it's clear that I deserve something in that vein. So
unfortunately, Turkey Tom sucks eggs, so that's a -15 penalty for him.
What do you mean I suck eggs? I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know when I'm going to, you know, go through with trying to request some kind of reparation through this United States Supreme Court. But when it does happen, I'm glad that he's still contributing to the harassment fund so I can have a good case against him. What is your favorite movie? It's hard to say. There's a lot of movies I really, really like. Probably The Social Network is up there. I know that's kind of a cringe answer. I think a lot of people see that as like a male manipulator movie, which I am a manipulative male for sure. There's no doubt about it. That being said, I do think that David Fincher, a lot of his stuff is really good. I think that my top few movies have kind of oscillated between The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I really, really like that movie, and a few others. Did I ever think I'd be doing YouTube as a full-time job? No, not early on. Once I was in college and I realized how much I hated college, I decided basically that that was the only option for me. To be honest, no. You know, when I started YouTube, I would sometimes make videos when I was younger in high school, and I would talk about how I never thought YouTube would be my full-time job, and it wasn't something I was aspiring to. In my mind, it would always be kind of in the background, but you know, now that I'm in that position, it's certainly not something I have any complaints about in a major way. Have you ever thought about a more personal channel where you just talk about regular life stuff? I love the honest conversation era on TomDark Live we had for a little bit there, where you just rambled on about shit that wasn't drama. Could call it Tom Talks or something equally as gay. I think I've got enough channels at this point. I think probably I don't need to make another channel, but I definitely, you know, do like having, you know, more candid conversations with the audience now and then, but it's not something I'm gonna force. It's not something I'm gonna force on the audience. I'm not gonna like make a new channel for it. I'm not gonna like go out of my way to do it, but if it happens, it happens. And if you watch the live streams on the TomDark Live channel, and if you're a member, there are definitely more personal conversations that I have with the audience now and then, where I just talk about, you know, random life shit, or I talk about whatever's on my mind, and that's kind of the place for that kind of content, I think, the live streams. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Probably right here, but hopefully with a lot more money and a faster car. What is your opinion on life right now in general? Honestly, it's pretty good. I'm tired. I'll be honest. I am tired. Not like I need to sleep right now. I'm just tired, as in I definitely feel a little bit burnt out, just to an extent, a little bit, but it's one of those things where I would rather just push through and kind of slowly acclimate my life a little bit to make it easier to deal with the quote-unquote burnout, rather than take some like 3-month-long break, because I always thought that was cringe, you know, a cringe thing YouTubers do. So lately what I've been doing is I have been playing Batman on my Xbox. That's what I've been doing. This game is really great. Batman Arkham Asylum, all right, one of the best games ever made, I would argue, but also maybe not. Maybe it's not that good, but I think it's really good. I really like it. I like Batman. I think the gameplay is great. The combat is great. The mystery solving detective aspects of it are a lot of fun, and it holds your hand enough that people with Down syndrome like me can actually play the game and get something out of it. During your streams, I hear your cheeks jiggle and clap very often. Do you have a cheek clenching technique you use, or is it natural? It's all natural, okay? But I will say, doing the good girl, bad girl machines at the gym have definitely enhanced my clapping abilities. What would you do if YouTube hits its downpour? What would be a job you would go for? Sorry for my English. Yeah, obviously, you know, I don't like people who don't speak English, foreigners, not really my thing, but based on the fact that you watch my videos, I'll give you a pass this one time. To be honest, if everything somehow didn't work out, I would probably just join the army or something. I don't know.
Good riddance. I wish you just died in the army.
I think that it would be a decent career path. You know, there's a lot of benefits to joining the military. And on top of that, you know, I did have a dream when I was a child where I was wearing Fallout power armor and I was destroying Chinese families. I was burning down villages. And that seems like a lifelong fantasy of mine that I would like to have fulfilled, at least at some point, if I have the opportunity. So I think I would join the military and wear power armor and do that. Do you wish you could change your username or regret naming yourself Turkey Tom? If so, what else would you pick? The thing is, like, I did make the YouTube channel name when I was like 13. You know, looking back, was it the greatest greatest decision, maybe not, but it is memorable.
Gobble, gobble, Turkey Tom.
And if nothing else, I'm thankful for the fact that it is a memorable name. You're probably not going to get me confused with anyone else. Maybe you'll get me confused with a sandwich here and there, but you probably are going to be like, you know, it's a somewhat memorable name.
And why is your name Turkey Tom, but you're not a turkey? All right, if you really want to pull this off and brand it right, you'd be a turkey.
Have you ever considered branching out from covering 95% terminally online brain rot drama? You're funny and likable, which is why I watch the TomDark and Tom IRL content, but I don't give a fuck about Jake Doolittle's autism. I mean, there's definitely stuff that I've thought about branching out to. I mean, on the TomDark live channel, I've done gaming videos. On this channel, I've done other stuff that isn't brain rot drama. You know, I've done the Reddit videos. I've done videos where I talk about more current events that aren't like, you know, totally brain rot drama stuff. So there's definitely stuff that I have done and stuff that I would like to branch out to do as well. Definitely one thing I've been thinking about recently is I watch a lot of movies. I've been watching and I've just been like, this movie sucks and I need to communicate it somehow. Somehow I need to talk about how it's bad. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some more media analysis videos in the future to spice things up a little bit. Think it would be fun. What's your favorite Lego set and how much existential dread do you get when you remember that your childhood will always be in the past? I think my favorite set that I personally own is the Lion Knight's Castle. Okay, that's a really great set. It's big. It's got all the battlements. It's got all the turrets. It came with a lot of cool minifigures. I think the artistic approach they took to it to make it very aesthetically pleasing is nice. It's a great display piece. Now, as far as my childhood and existential dread, to be honest, I don't feel a lot of existential dread. I don't really think about my childhood a lot. I don't think about the past a lot. I don't know why that is, but I have noticed that a lot of people very much dwell on the fact that like they're getting older and they'll never relive their childhood. And I get it to an extent, but at the same time, like no amount of thinking about it will allow you to relive your childhood. So all you can really do is move forward and move past those events and enjoy your life as much as you can now. Because what you may not realize is that eventually you'll be in a time period when you're thinking back on the time you have right now and thinking, man, that was such a great time to be alive. That was so dope. You'll have rose-tinted glasses about it. So I just try to enjoy the moment, enjoy the day-to-day as much as possible. And, you know, I'll think about reminiscing when I'm like in retirement age. I think I'm a little young to be reminiscing. And frankly, so are all of you. So shut up about it. Get over it. Anyway, that's about it for this video. Be sure to leave a like if you liked it. Leave a dislike if you disliked it. Subscribe to the Turkey Tom channel for more YouTube documentaries. Subscribe to the TomDark channel here for more YouTube slop. Subscribe to the TomDark live channel for even more YouTube slop. Subscribe to the Tom IRL channel for the greatest in real life videos of all time when I actually do them. And be sure to use code Tom at gamersubs.gg for 10% off every single order that you could possibly get. Oh my God. Thank you very much. And seriously, thank you guys for watching my videos. It's been a pretty good year for me. I had a fun time. I hope you guys had a fun time too. And I'm looking forward to 2025. I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve, all right? There's no sleeves on this shirt, but there's a lot of tricks up my sleeve. Promise.